How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 22. My name is Football Fan Forever, and it is finally time for Week 5 against the Philadelphia Eagles. I know I've slowed down on posting this series recently. I'm still very much interested in continuing it. I just have a busy 3 weeks up ahead of me. So once that is passed, I will have more time to devote to this series and rebuilding the surprisingly competitive Detroit Lions here in Season 2. We are 4-0 and we're taking on an Eagles squad that is trending in the opposite direction. Philadelphia is still looking for their first victory on the season, and given our surprising early success this year, we'll need to be careful to not let that get to our heads and take care of today's game like we would any other. That being said, we are clearly favored to win today's matchup as the Eagles are struggling with some significant morale issues due to their slow start. So let's not waste any more time getting into this one. Jack Fox is back and ready to get us underway here in Week 5 as the opening kickoff sails to the middle of the end zone for Rashad Penny, who will take a knee for a touchback. That will bring out Jalen Hurts, the incumbent starter here in Philadelphia, who might be fighting for his job in today's game. The Eagles stunned everyone by taking rookie quarterback Steve Knowles out of West Virginia with the number 2 overall pick in this past draft, but it has been Hurts who has started the season as the starter, and as you can see, he's hardly put up big numbers. Just 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions through the first month of football, and now Hurts faces a 3rd and 9 from his own 26. Hurts with time to throw, gets this one away, and there's Quez Watkins across the 45 to the 46. It's a gain of 20 on 3rd and 9, and the Eagles' drive will continue after a nice throw from Jalen Hurts. Single high safety look for the Lions here on 2nd and 10. Miles Sanders standing to Hurts' right in the shotgun, and Hurts will head to the air. Just getting this screen off, but that will be going backwards as D'Angelo Carmichael is there. Also in on the stop is safety Will Harris, and that will set up a 3rd and 14 for the Eagles. Hard count for Jalen Hurts. Now he's back to pass, setting up a screen again. Here goes Miles Sanders, and he will have the first down. Back-to-back screen plays there, and it looks like Detroit was not ready for it. And that will give the Eagles new life as their drive heads into Detroit territory. Hurts will head to the air on 2nd and 7. Now he will tuck and run, no one in the middle, and he will pick up the first down with his legs. 12 yards down to the 26-yard line as Jalen Hurts shows off his dual threat ability and gives the Eagles another first down. 3 wide receivers for Hurts. Blitz is incoming, and Sean Francois will get there. The blitzing rookie cornerback drops Hurts for a loss of 5, and that will set up another 3rd and long. This time 3rd and 8 from the 24. 3 wide receivers left, 1 tight end to the right. Hurts well protected, fires over the middle, and he will find Dallas Goedert, his tight end, inside the 20 down to the 13-yard line as Philadelphia converts another 3rd and long to keep their drive going. Ball now on the 11, 2nd and 8. Quick throw over the middle will find Sanders down to the 4. And that will make it 3rd and 1. Hurts again in the shotgun. Philadelphia trying to spread out this Detroit defense on 3rd and 1. They'll head to the air. Hurts rolls and fires, and he's intercepted! It's D'Angelo Carmichael with his first career interception, and while the return left a lot to be desired, the Lions do keep the Eagles off the board. As Trey Flowers gets contact on Jalen Hurts and forces the errant pass, leading to a turnover for the Eagles. So that will bring out Bob Harrison, just shy of 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season. He had ice in his veins during a game-winning drive last week against the Vikings. Now he'll take this one 2nd and 9 under center on his own 5. The handoff to Jamal Williams will pick up 16 yards and some much-needed breathing room for the Lions. And this is where the game could get ugly. The Eagles are without starting defensive tackle Fletcher Cox, so they're relying on the likes of Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat to try and slow down this Detroit rushing attack, and as you saw on that play, it went nowhere fast as Harrison rolls out to his left and is sacked back at the 12. Jannard Avery drops him for a loss of 9, and that will make it 2nd and 19. Deshaun Stevenson in the game. He motions to the right, and a quick pass that direction has some promise. Stevenson up the right sideline for a nice gain there. But Amon-Ra St. Brown is shaken up on that play, and that will push Quan Sandridge into the spotlight here on 3rd and 4. 3 wide receivers left, handoff goes to Swift, redirecting, but he will not get the first down. He lost momentum coming out of the handoff there, just trying to get his feet underneath him, and the Lions will have to punt away to the Eagles. Fortunately, as you saw there, the injury to St. Brown is not serious, but he will be out for a couple of series. As here goes Jalen Hurts sliding down at the 29. He just got away from Trey Flowers, but he's already showcasing his dual threat ability here. And it's one thing this Lions defense will have to keep an eye on as they try and slow down Philadelphia's offense. There's a nice carry up the middle for Miles Sanders to make it 3rd and inches. Single high safety look for the Lions, and Miles Sanders will get the call on 3rd and inches, and he will convert, picking up about 3 yards there and giving the Eagles a fresh set of downs as we're inside 30 seconds here in the first quarter. 2nd and 3, 1 play later. Hurts is going to take off again, redirecting, and he is dragged down by Carmichael at the 33. And that will take us to the 2nd quarter with Philadelphia on the edge of field goal range here. 2nd and 6, an RPO for Sanders, making a move inside the 20. He's tackled at the 17, and he's inching closer to 5 yards a carry for the Eagles, who have had a very balanced attack thus far. Now 1st and 10 from the 17, Hurts back to pass. Taking a short throw to the right side, there's Sanders with another catch, and he will have it 1st and goal at the 7, as Philadelphia has moved the ball very well here today to start the game. But Hurts is in trouble. He escapes pressure and takes it in for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts doing it with his arm and with his leg here, and he got away from D'Angelo Carmichael on the blitz, as he timed his move perfectly. Decent blitz pickup there, and Hurts just scoots inside on the jumping middle linebacker, taking it in for 7 and an early Philadelphia lead. So 2 long drives for Philadelphia. That will put the ball back in the hands of DeAndre Swift and this Detroit offense, who will be looking to slow the game down a bit and chew up some clock of their own. Eagles already have about 150 total yards, where Detroit, up until that play, had 26. Now it's 1st and 10 for Hairston. Shot to the left side, and there's Quintez Cephas for a gain of 6. Apparently Julian Okwara was banged up on the recent kick return here, but thankfully it's not serious, and we'll welcome him back in a couple of series. Back to the offense here, 2nd and 4. Philadelphia stacking the box with 8 defenders. Play action for Hairston, fires to a wide open TJ Hawkinson, who fights his way ahead across midfield and into Philadelphia territory to the 45-yard line. 14 yards after the catch for the big tight end, as Philadelphia keyed in on the run game, and Detroit hit him with the play action pass there. Now 1st and 10. Hairston to the air. Quick throw to Cephas, who will sprint ahead to the 34-yard line and have another Detroit first down. Now 2nd and 10 after an incomplete pass. Hand off to DeAndre Swift with blockers in front and a lane. He has 15 yards down to the 19. And that will eventually lead to a 3rd and 3 from the 12. Hairston back to pass. Rolling to his right, firing on the move for Cephas, who hauls it in through the contact. 1st and goal Detroit at the 3. And this is a nice drive we've got going here for Detroit. Just 3 yards from 6 points. Trying to get back in this one and tie the game against the Eagles. 1st and goal. J.J. Dunlap in the game. He'll get the call. Left side touchdown. So the Lions are able to drive down the field to tie the game here with 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And it's nice to have a balanced touchdown drive like that one, especially against a team that you should beat. Being able to move the ball well down the field means that you are in for a better day so long as your defense can make some plays here. 7-7 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jalen Hurts loses a football, but it's recovered by the Eagles. And Hurts already has one turnover here today. He's lucky to get that one back and avoid a second, as it will be 1st and 10 Philadelphia from the 38. And the Eagles set up the screen again. This time it's Kenneth Gainwell with Green in front. One man to beat, and he's hauled down by Amani Oruwariye at the 43-yard line as Dallas Goedert is shaken up. And he will be checked out on the sideline as Philadelphia tries to retake the lead here. Bunch formation to the left side for Hurts after idling at the line of scrimmage. Quick throw over the middle will find Quez Watkins to the 33, and the drive will continue. Philadelphia is moving the ball very well here today against Detroit's defense. 1st and 10, play action. Hurts is crushed. The ball comes out and it's recovered, but Dalton Logan hasn't been touched down. Now he picks it up in a foot race. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. The undrafted rookie takes it 60 yards for a go-ahead score, and whatever kind of celebration that was, as Will Harris forces the fumble off of the blitz, and Detroit has forced their second turnover of the day for a 14-7 lead with 2.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. The ball back in the hands of Hurts, and it continues to go poorly for this Philadelphia offense as Deshaun Hand fights his way through the left guard for a sack. Now 3rd and 8. Detroit's defense looking for a stop here. We're not quite to the 2-minute warning, and Hurts with happy feet will take off, and he will slide down shy of the marker. And Detroit will have the ball with 3 timeouts after the 2-minute warning here. 2nd and 10, minute 51 left on the clock. Harrison from the shotgun, he's got time. Fires over the middle for Cephas, who can't hang on, and that will be incomplete. Now 3rd and 10 as Detroit is wasting this opportunity here. There's still plenty of time left on the clock, and Philadelphia has their timeouts. Harrison back to pass. Rolling way deep, taking a deep shot into double coverage that is picked off but out of bounds. And after 3 plays, the Lions will kick the ball back. Clock stopped at a minute 28. Again setting up a screen, but this time D'Angelo Carmichael is all over it on 2nd and 10. But there's a flag on the play. Devin Woodson with an unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer penalty here as he takes 2 steps after the release and then hits Jalen Hurts. That's a big no-no, and it gives the Eagles the ball 1st and 10 on their own 37. And Hurts will waste no time in finding his man Jalen Reagor to the 48-yard line, and Philadelphia will hurry back to the line. 4-man rush. Hurts firing on the move. There's Devonta Smith to the 36-yard line, and now Philly will call their first timeout. 1st and 10 at the 36, 1 minute to go on the clock. Hurts with time, now looks to take off. Racing ahead, and he takes the contact at the 31, and Philadelphia spends their second timeout. 3rd and 5. Single high safety look for the Lions. Hurts against a 4-man rush, fires short over the middle, and I think Sanders came back for that one. And indeed, it is 4th and inches as the Lions spend their first timeout to make sure they've got the right formation on the field. But Philadelphia will kick a 43-yard field goal to make it 14-10 heading into halftime. So plenty of fireworks here. Tons of yards for the Eagles as they have controlled the time of possession. But thanks to a couple of turnovers, it's Detroit with the lead as we head into halftime and take a look at some other games around the league. Our division rivals, the Chicago Bears, are off to a 2-2 start this season, are down 14-10 against the New York Giants. So all of our scoring happening here in the second quarter, as Philadelphia is really winning the time of possession battle. They're also 4 of 7 on third down, which is helping them extend drives. But it is Detroit who will have the ball to start the second half. And maybe the Lions can do a better job of keeping their drives going here, and that starts with success on the ground. As DeAndre Swift picks up a few yards. 3rd and 5, however, as the Lions are just 1 of 4 on third down in the first half. Harrison fires short for St. Brown, who loses a couple of yards. And there's a 3 and out for the Detroit offense to start the second half. With the way Philadelphia is moving the ball in this one, I'm not sure they can rely on their defense to keep getting big plays. As Hurts with a very quick throw on second down will get a couple yards. Sean Francois all over the tackle to keep it from going for more than 4. And it's 3rd and 6. Screen is set up again, but Devin Woodson with the speed and the sack of Jalen Hurts. That's his 5th sack this season. And Philadelphia will kick the ball back to the Lions. 1st and 10 from the 37. DeAndre Swift up the middle for a gain of 5. Just 8 carries for the running back. As we'll see if he is used more often here in the second half to try and drain some clock and spell our defense, which has spent the majority of the game on the field. Here's a second down play over the middle. Dexter Allen into Philadelphia territory and down to the 40. Just the 7th completed pass for Bob Hairston, and also one of his longest on the day. Standing on the midfield logo, Hairston letting the play develop, has a man downfield. It's Quintez Cephas who hauls it in for the touchdown. And that will put the stadium on its feet. Quintez Cephas from 40 yards out, and he did this against one of the best safeties in the game. That's Marcus Williams, who's one of the big offseason free agent signings for the Eagles, as Hairston puts the Lions on top 21-10 with one of his best passes on the season. So it's a 2-score game now, and about the only thing that drive didn't accomplish was giving this defense a rest. As Hurts will fire short over the middle, there is Miles Sanders across the 35 to the 36. As Philadelphia continues to have success on first down. They've utilized their running backs a lot. And on 2nd and 1, Hurts is planted again by Devin Woodson, who finds him for the 2nd time here today to make it 3rd and 7. The Eagles have been pretty good on third down, and Jalen Hurts will head back to the air against a 4-man rush. Quick throw over the middle for Quez Watkins, and that will be another conversion for this Philadelphia offense. So the Eagles are putting up a pretty spirited fight here. Despite giving up 5 sacks and 2 turnovers at this point, Hurts continues to stand tall in the pocket and make nice throws like that one to Devonta Smith, who will put the Eagles at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10. We've not seen a lot of Philadelphia's rushing game here recently, but they will head back to Miles Sanders, who's met in the backfield by Trey Flowers. The veteran linebacker having a really solid year for us here. He had the big pressure on Hurts that led to the interception earlier, and now gets a stop behind the line of scrimmage. Hurts with time, fires over the middle, but it's dropped. And that is Kahale Warring, the backup tight end in the absence of Dallas Goedert, who drops that one. It would have been a surefire first down and maybe even a touchdown. And instead the Eagles will send out the field goal unit. It's a fake! Knowles is intercepted! Tracy Walker in a foot race with the number 2 overall pick. And Walker will take this one all the way to the house. A 77-yard interception return for the touchdown. As Philadelphia continues beating themselves, that is now their 3rd turnover on the day, and the 2nd that has been turned immediately into a touchdown by the Lions. As Austin Siebert comes on to make it an 18-point game. So a 10-point swing puts the Lions up 28-10 on top of the Eagles with 3:53 to go in the third, as Philadelphia's offense once again takes the field. And there's a nice open field tackle, may have saved a touchdown there, as Jeff Oduka drags down Devonta Smith, and Philadelphia will try to claw their way back into this one. Facing 3rd and inches from midfield, Hurts will keep this one, and he will have the first down through the contact. 8 carries, 59 yards, and 1 score. It's been the Jalen Hurts show for this Philadelphia offense, but with that production has come 2 turnovers. So they will put the ball in the hands of Kenneth Gainwell, who has a first down to the 34. He's looked effective in spelling Miles Sanders here today, as Philadelphia tries to get on the scoreboard again. Scored 10 points back in the second quarter, in danger of being shut out here in the third, but Hurts with another twisting throw will find Devonta Smith to the 17. And now more injury trouble for this Eagles offense, now missing their starting left guard Landon Dickerson. It's 1st and 10. Hurts will call his own number. No one is there, and Jalen Hurts will score from 17 yards out. And that is just lazy defensive play by the Lions. You know that Hurts is a dual threat quarterback, but they left him all alone there as Philadelphia pulls within 11 with 1:22 to go in the third quarter. So now if you are the Lions, your goal is to try and add to your lead while draining as much of the clock as you can. 1st and 10 from their own 37. Play action for Hairston. Taking a shot downfield. There is Hawkinson again. And he's tackled out of bounds inside Philadelphia territory to the 44. As we will take it inside 30 seconds in the third quarter. Hand off to DeAndre Swift, who has a nice lane up the middle. And that will take us to quarter number 4. This one's certainly closer than I feel like it should be at this point. 28-17 is your score as Detroit faces a 2nd and 10 from Philadelphia's 33-yard line. Handoff, Williams trying the right side, and he falls ahead to the 29 to make it 3rd and 6. Single high safety look for the Eagles. 2 wide receivers left, 1 right. Hawkinson downfield, taking a shot into triple coverage. Thankfully, that one is knocked away instead of being intercepted, as Austin Siebert will come out for a 46-yard attempt, right hash, and the kick is good. So it's back to a 14-point game here at Ford Field, but the ball is once again in the hands of Jalen Hurts, who has been very effective both on the ground and through the air. He's closing in on 300 yards passing, and he's got a pair of rushing touchdowns to keep Philadelphia in this one. On 2nd and 3, they'll set up the screen to Gainwell, who is tracked down by Alex Anzalone, but not before he picks up the first down to the 44-yard line. Detroit's defense has spent a lot of the day on the field, and now as they set up another screen, Sanders again with blockers in front, and the Lions continue giving up yards through the air. Philadelphia relying on yards after the catch. There's a lot of screens and a lot of short passes here, especially to the running back, and there goes Gainwell. He's inside the 10 down to the 8 as Hurts is over 300 yards on the day with an interception. 1st and goal, Philadelphia from the 8. Hurts will change the play at the line of scrimmage. Standing in the shotgun, Sanders to his right. Hurts is back to pass. Very quick throw to the left side, and he will be stopped at the 1. As Trey Flowers is shaken up on that play, and it's 2nd and goal. Kenneth Gainwell in the game on 2nd down. Hurts under center. Hand off to Gainwell, and he is untouched into the end zone. As the Philadelphia Eagles have stayed alive in this one and have made it a 1-touchdown game with just over 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. So this is where this Detroit Lions offense needs to start getting going. Your passing offense has been very inconsistent all day. Can you drain some clock with your running game? They're going to try, but Philadelphia has really stiffened up. A stop on Jamal Williams makes it 3rd and 2 at the 32. And DeAndre Swift will get the call on 3rd down. He shakes a tackle and picks up a big 12-yard gain to keep the clock running. Clock right around 4 minutes here. Detroit trying to chew as much of it as they can. The handoff to Swift will get about 8 or 9 yards as he's tripped up by his own player there. 2nd and 1. And the clock will continue to run. Handoff to Dunlap, who picks up the first down to the 43. And that will just about take us to the 2-minute warning here, as Detroit is a couple of first downs away from sealing this one. But they face an uphill battle here. 2nd and 13. DeAndre Swift in the game. He'll get the call to the right side of center. And now Philadelphia starts spending timeouts. 3rd and 5. Probably outside field goal range at this point. Swift turns upfield, fighting ahead to the 34. And Philly spends their second timeout as they get the stop here. 4th and 1. And Detroit playing it safe here. A 51-yard attempt. Austin Siebert indoors, and he continues his hot streak kicking the ball, making it an 11-point game here with less than 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. So now Philadelphia, with 1:43 on the clock and one timeout in their pocket, need at least one quick score here. Hurts with time, fires short, and that is off the hands of his intended wide receiver. The home crowd and the sideline getting into this one as Detroit is just 100 seconds away from a 5-0 start. On 2nd and 10, Hurts will spread the field, firing up the middle. That is caught at the 46-yard line, gain of 20, and Philadelphia is not done just yet. Hurrying back to the line, Hurts rolling to his left, fires across his body, and he will have a Rieger. And it's Detroit who uses their first time out here trying to spell this defense, which has spent the vast majority of today's game on the field. And it looks like it worked as Alex Anzalone and Sean Francois are all over the screen. Philadelphia loses valuable time and a down. 2nd and 10, quick throw to the right sideline. And they're saying Waring did not get out of bounds. I disagree with that, but the clock will continue to run. 3rd and 4, Hurts is picked off again. It's Tracy Walker for the 2nd time today, and that will seal it for the Detroit Lions. It's time to line up in the victory formation here in front of the home crowd at Ford Field as Bob Hairston takes the knee, and the Lions escape with a 34-24 victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. I'll be honest, if it wasn't for Tracy Walker, that could have been a very different game, as we pressure the Eagles into 4 turnovers that definitely impacted the outcome in this one. Jalen Hurts had the type of inconsistent play that you'd expect from a young quarterback. He completed 82% of his passes for 364 yards. He had a pair of rushing touchdowns and was the Eagles' leading rusher by yardage. But he also had 3 turnovers that not only cost the Eagles points, they directly led to points for the Lions. If it wasn't for those turnovers, I'm not sure we come away with a victory here today, as our offense for most of the game was going nowhere fast. We had a couple of nice drives. We had that big highlight 40-yard touchdown pass to Quintez Cephas. But for the most part, our offense was not moving the ball consistently. Bob Hairston completed just 9 of 18 passes on the day for 140 yards and 1 touchdown. While our rushing game moved the ball well, but wasn't enough to keep our offense moving consistently. That, along with our uncharacteristic struggles on 3rd down, meant that our defense spent a large chunk of the game on the field, and it showed in how we were carved up by Philadelphia's offense. This was hardly the mismatch that I think some people had pegged this matchup as, and I think it goes to show that any given Sunday can lead to a variety of outcomes in the National Football League. The game certainly felt closer than the 10-point difference that it ended up being, and I think it's a reminder that despite our impressive start here, we are by no means a complete football team. Today, we were able to get timely turnovers and turn those into a pair of defensive touchdowns. But I'm not sure we can expect this kind of production against teams that play more disciplined football. We did get the win here today, so I shouldn't be complaining too much, other than to say that relying on our defense to bail us out against more talented teams than the Philadelphia Eagles will not be a sustainable blueprint going forward. I feel like our passing offense has a lot of space to improve. Christian Kirk was held without a catch today, and it was mostly because I just didn't look his direction. And that, from a game planning standpoint, is unacceptable. If he's our number one wide receiver, and he is good enough to be our number one wide receiver, he needs to be getting number one wideout targets as well. We've also not seen a lot from Amon-Ra St. Brown, so this might also come down to game planning. So I'm going to spend some time in practice mode and with the playbook trying to figure out what is going to give our wide receivers the best chance to get open and make plays for us, because I think our passing offense has a lot of room to grow. So I want to give our current cast of wide receivers the most possible chances to show that they can contribute to our team. So that's enough about the offense. Let's praise Tracy Walker for his 10 tackle, 2 interception performance that led us to victory here today. He wins NFC Defensive Player of the Week for Week 5 as we're off to a 5-0 start. And the good news keeps coming as our surprising start to the season will earn us another 1,000 experience for each of our players, which means we've got a bunch more upgrades to sit through here. Frank Ragnow is now 89 overall in his 4th year out of Arkansas. I'm so glad I don't have to completely rebuild this offensive line. D'Angelo Carmichael had a career-high 20 tackles in today's game. He is now 80 overall. And we are 2 games away from figuring out his development traits. But I don't really care what it is at this point because he's proven to be a game changer for us. Bob Harrison is 75 overall. We go with the improviser upgrade here. I'd love to see him become more consistent, and I know that starts with me as well. But he surprised me with his play and in a good way. Deshaun Stevenson hasn't seen the field very much, but he's someone else I want to get more involved. The goal is to try and start taking the training wheels off this offense and really open up the playbook. We've got a lot of weapons on this team, and I want us to use them. As for our defense, well, the goal is to continue making big plays at big moments, and we saw a bunch of those here today. We've gotten tons of contributions from young players such as Devin Woodson and D'Angelo Carmichael, as well as Sean Francois. But if I was being picky on this defense, and I think we should be critical, is that our pass defense hasn't quite lived up to its billing. Oduka has had a pretty solid season, Sean Francois has been good, but Amani Oruwariye has struggled and he's in a contract year. This isn't exactly a loaded draft class for corners, so when a guy with a 2nd or 3rd round grade on him catches the eye of your assistant GM, you're going to want to take a closer look at him. Rodney Reynolds is not an elite athlete, but he's got a really good head for the game, which is rare to find in such a young cornerback. We'll keep an eye on him as the season progresses, but for now, we can relish being in sole possession of first place in the NFC North as the Minnesota Vikings beat the previously undefeated Green Bay Packers in Week 5, setting up a showdown between 2 of the hottest teams in the league. Green Bay returns much of their fearsome roster that has ruled the NFC North for the better part of the last decade, but they are without Aaron Rodgers. Instead, they've turned to Jordan Love in his 3rd year out of Utah State, and it looks like Green Bay has struck quarterback gold once again. He's only 72 overall, but he is tearing it up this season. 14 touchdowns through the first 5 games, 2 interceptions. He's completed 63% of his passes for 1,300 yards. So it could be another long game for our defense against the Packers, but I'm excited for that matchup. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like always, I will catch you next time.